We got more of Andrew Tate and Cheyenne do not get along. This is part 2. You feel me? We will have this in parts, so make sure y'all stay tuned for it. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe on other Andrew Tate videos. I want to check, make sure y'all comment down below. Let's get into the video.
Promiscuous should either be stoned to death or at least cast out from society. Female promiscuity is a brand new concept. This is brand new amongst society. The idea that women can sleep with a bunch of dudes and it doesn't matter is a brand new idea. 30, 40 years old, maybe. Even today, nobody respects it, deep down. When a girl shoots a girl she doesn't like, you know the first thing she does? She says she's a, you know why? Because they know deep down that female promiscuity is disgusting, it's revolting. So the whole idea of a female wanting to sleep with more than one man at a time is haram. And they know it inside of their souls, inside of their hearts.
I don't think so.
As, yes, they do, as does a man. No. Whereas a man, if he sleeps with a bunch of chicks, doesn't matter, who cares?
So would you be with me if I'd slept with over 50 men? That's how you women, right? You suit yourself.
How can you be high value? 50 men of something.
What if I've just been single for a long time?
No, unacceptable.
Why is it unacceptable?
That is.
A body count is probably the #1 most easiest way to judge the value of a female. I actually think that 90, no.
Do you agree with him with that?
I think 99% of the world's problems, and no one's going to understand this, but if you can extrapolate, if you can listen to this statement and extrapolate it out towards society at large, I think 99% of the world's problems would be solved if females walked through life with their body count on their forehead. Because it would prevent,
Damn.
all of the disintegration of morals. It would prevent so many things about the world.
But you know what? There's like a lot
And women would be like, to be with me as a man, I don't want to put another number on my forehead. You have to be a good man. They wouldn't stop fucking these idiots and stop being idiots. And all the idiocy would disappear. All the degeneracy would disappear. Families would return. Virgins meeting their first man, staying with him her whole life and being proud of it. Couldn't we go back to such a beautiful age? All we have to do is start putting numbers on girls' foreheads. We could fix everything.
That attitude is disgusting. It's not about women's body count. That would not. Like,
It is definitely.
Men like you are the problem, Andrew. Women, I myself am one of them. I'm sick of men that have this really disgusting outlook on women, policing women's bodies. Listen, if I want to sleep with this many people, I can and I will. Yeah.
That's not
But what
good.
you're not getting is there's
She's
this whole
losing.
hyper, toxic,
not working.
independent movement of women, right? We are doing things because it's kind of, now it's our choice, but it's kind of like by force in the sense of it's like we're so liberated because we're literally exhausted with men on their power trip, on their this. So it's like, oh, if you can do it, we can do it. But this is what I said, but you men that think the way you think have created that.
I understand your point. However, you're wrong.
However.
She thinks I'm arrogant. I'm being arrogant on purpose. I must admit, annoying her is kind of fun.
See what
I
mean?
think that, you know what, I'm being so nice. I'm being so nice to you. I say I think instead of I know.
This is really nice.
You've never seen anything like this before
That's
when it
not
comes to
good.
starting side hustles
Me
from
personally.
scratch. The best side hustle to start this
The answer's
That's not
no.
good.
I know. Females who sleep with lots of men, first things first, I don't think that women naturally, intrinsically want to do that. I think that's societal programming. I think that women...
No, but I agree. This is what I'm saying to you. Like, there's things that you're saying, like, I don't disagree with certain things you're saying, but going back to my point, it's like by force. Like, it's to prove a point. It's like this power struggle. Like, I personally don't want to sit and sleep with loads of men. I don't care. Like,
Good.
I don't
We're
want
getting
to.
somewhere. You see, God, Jesus, I'm getting her. Please, little by little, got 2 hours left. Give me some time. I'll fix it.
No, but if I want to, then I'm going to.
Sorry,
but that's where,
sorry,
that's
I'm
why you
getting
need to
there, little by little,
understand.
little by little.
No, but genuinely, but that's what you need to
No,
understand.
you will not.
Listen,
God will frown upon you. You can't do that.
And you.
What do you mean, and me? It doesn't say in the Bible I can't do that. Read the book. I can do whatever I want. I'm a man. Women can't do those things. It's disgusting. I can't believe you're poisoning the youth on YouTube.
Why is he shouting?
The idea that a woman can sleep with as many people as she wants just because she wants to is wrong. It's absolutely wrong. Every man knows it and every woman knows it. Women should not do that. And the whole idea and the whole concept that females can adopt the promiscuity of males, because males have always been promiscuous.
But there's actually a lot of men that are like good, loyal men, just so you know.
Do you think so?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know very good men.
Would you deem them high value men?
Oh, absolutely. Successful, everything that I listed earlier, 100%.
And they don't cheat, right?
Yeah. It's possible. Why is it funny? No, seriously, this guy is so toxic, and the only kind of people that listen to his kind of his advice are broke men or heartbroken men that are insecure.
I think that
I'm not
if a
none of
man
those.
has options over a long enough time frame, he's going to eventually probably explore one of them options. Now, I'm not saying he's going to love another woman. I'm saying that when a man's in love, he only loves one girl. I agree with that. I believe in love. I believe a man cares about a chick. I believe a man should take care of a woman. I believe he should come home to the same place every day. I believe all those things. However, I think if a man truly has options, truly, that both the man and the woman understand that at some point he's going to explore those options.
No, listen, if I'm with you, do you think I'm going to allow you to explore other options? It's either you're with me or you're not. Go be single then.
Cool.
Like what? But realistically, what self-respecting woman is going to sit there and tolerate you?
I don't cheat. I don't cheat. I'm a good man. I don't cheat.
What woman is going to if you have all these other options?
No.
Because I'll tell you what's more powerful, what's more alpha, and what's more attractive, and what's more high value is a man that can respect his woman, love her, not cheat on her, not disregard her, not see himself above her, not see him as, she's his slave or anything like that. See her as an equal, treat her with respect, and put on that. That's more powerful. A partnership, two people. Not I'm a man. I have options. I'm going to explore them. Listen, if you're a cheater, you're a cheater. If you're a loyal person, you're a loyal person. That's it.
First things first, men and women are not equal. We'll talk about that in a second. Second is that if a woman sees Chris Brown in the club, you think she's like, wow, he'll be loyal? Fuck no, she doesn't care. Like, at high enough status as a man, women don't even care about loyalty. Women don't even care about loyalty at high enough status. And I don't cheat. Listen, I'm a man of God. I go to church. I don't cheat. I'm talking about in general.
Okay, but what I'm trying to
society.
explain to
That's what
you
he's
is
saying.
maybe your
He's
perception
basically
of what
making it a
high-value woman is
society,
isn't
not
it?
of himself. And I
I'm
think she's
a
trying to
high-value
make it
woman.
of
I make
him.
my own money. I
Yeah.
possess all the qualities that I listed earlier. Right. I believe I'm not going to be with a man that's going to cheat. I'm not going to look at a man like Chris Brown and be like, oh my God, like he's loyal. You see it as face value. You know he's a cheat, and maybe he'd just be a one-night guy, just like you men do it to
Would you
women.
sleep with him for
We're
one
just
night?
I don't think I would.
I hope not, because that would not make you a
No,
high
this is
value
what I'm
woman.
saying, because it's like when you hold yourself in high regard, you don't need to do those things. So the kind of caliber of women that go for men like that and these opportunities don't have that much self-worth, because it's what you're going to go with a man that's only values you for one night. So it says a lot about the quality of a woman.
All right, so we agree on something.
But I'm
See,
saying,
I
so when
feel
you
like
generalise
he's
about
talking
women,
more of how
don't do
society
that,
is, and
because
she's
there
talking
are
more
many
of
high-value
what
women
Who would
that
refuse
down
him?
that will
women
not
can
tolerate
do
that.
to change,
Completely.
but it's not.
I'm not saying that.
You know what I'm saying?
My
We
point
talking
is,
about
you completely
now.
misunderstand me. I'm saying at a
In a
certain
sense.
point, females aren't even interested in loyalty. Do you think all the girls with Dan Bilzerian think he's loyal? I'm not saying every girl will go with him. I'm saying there are certain girls at a certain level of male achievement who are not interested in
But
loyalty.
is that attractive? Like for me personally, that's not attractive to sit there
Good.
and see a man that thinks it's cool to have loads of women around him,
I get
be
it.
like, oh my God, they're bitches, this is that, I have all this money. That doesn't impress me. That doesn't impress a lot of women.
I
It's
agree.
about raising a family. It's about
agree.
unity and stuff.
I agree.
But everything that you were saying, it's not that.
Talking about all these celebrities XYZ at high enough value when they have options.
It's a lot of women that won't, and it's a lot of
I'm
men.
also saying
a
that
lot
if
of
a
women
man
that
did
will.
decide to explore his options, it would not be as disgusting as if a female decided to explore
Okay,
options.
well, let it just be disgusting then.
No. It's different if a
So
woman
what-
does it.
so what-
It's different if a woman does it. Everyone watching this knows it's different if a woman cheats. It's different.
Honestly, men with these sexist views, like it's so outdated. What kind of relationship do you have with your mother?
A good one.
A good one.
Yeah, I take care of her. And also that paradigm, the whole idea that if you find a man who's good with his mom, then he's good with girls, that's bullshit.
No, it was just more because I find that your thoughts towards women are quite disrespectful.
You think so? Why?
This arrogance that you've got.
Don't tell me what, I'd actually like to know what I've said that's so far.
No, I'm just saying it's not, you don't have to say anything. It's like energy speaks volumes because you're not actually listening to what I'm saying.
I'm listening to everything you're saying. I don't think you're listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying women shouldn't sleep with lots of men and they should fall in love with one man and stay with that man. And if that man takes care of them and ends up across 20 years sleeping with one chick once, you shouldn't leave him. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And the point I'm making is completely that. And if a woman sleeps with one man once, that's unacceptable. If a man does it, it's acceptable. That's the point I'm making.
Do you just want women to be submissive to you?
I think in a healthy relationship, there's always a leader, whether it's the man or the woman. And I think that in the happiest relationships, the man's in charge. I don't think women should be submissive to an idiot. And I don't think women should be submissive to any man they meet. And I don't think women should be submissive when they're not rewarded. Right? If a captain is in charge of a ship, he's responsible for the ship, right? If he's responsible for the ship, he has authority over the ship.
Okay, but it's I'm a woman, I'm not a ship.
A relationship.
So-
Okay, the ship is a relationship.
I know exactly what this guy's doing. He's just like talking in riddles. Like none of it actually makes sense if you actually listen to what he's saying.
So I think if a man has responsibility and he takes care of the woman, and improves her life and makes sure that every single facet of her life, whether spiritual, physical, financial, etc., is taken care of, then he should have some degree of authority. I don't see why a man would take care of a woman and have no authority over her while accepting all of the responsibility that's getting played. You're an independent woman. Maybe you make your own money. You want to do all those other things. That's fine. Fantastic. But if I had a woman, I would say, look, I like that you do your own things. I like that you do your jobs. But let's keep it part-time. I want you to come with me. We got to go here. We got to go there. I'm taking you around the world. You're with me. I'm taking care of you, etc. And I'd expect her to listen to me in return. Why wouldn't she? I'm not going to say do anything wrong or bad. But if I were to say, I don't like that dude, stop talking to him. I'm her man, not that dude. It shouldn't even be a competition. She'd be all right, cool, block. Well, why wouldn't it be?
But then if I said I didn't like that woman,
Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray for everyday dishes and a whole lot more.
So really, it's getting good.
Stop being so nice to women. Nice will never equal turned on.
What is she talking about?
Right, she don't know.
it's just a double standard, and it's just like a power struggle. Like, it's about balance. You know, and this is the thing, like, I feel a lot of women could give you that life and be like, do you know what, he can have a girlfriend, there's so many people that are into that.
I'm not even saying, no, I'm not a cheater.
But I'm saying there's people that are into that.
Correct. But I'm not a cheater. I don't want anyone to think this is about me. I'm talking about in general.
But do you think women want to sit here and look stupid? Like, I might think, do you know what, actually, I'm listening to everything you're saying, I'm agreeing and I'm liking it. But then, if you've got me out here looking stupid because you might be in clubs with all these women around you, making me look like an idiot, do you think I'm going to tolerate that? No. When you have men like you...
She's not going to tolerate that.
As if you're trying to prove a point.
But it's women that will tolerate that. It's when he literally is saying, I'm speaking in general. He's not going to do it, but he's speaking in general how men are.
I'm a one-woman man. But if there was a man who decided to have multiple girlfriends, his approach certainly wouldn't be sitting down and saying it the way I'm saying it. The point I'm trying to make is, I think that the idea of a man having a girlfriend who he loves and maybe sometimes stepping out is not nearly as offensive as the idea of a woman having a man she loves and sometimes stepping out. You know, I watched American Pie the other week, and I thought that would have been the best time to be alive. You know, like 2003. Like, you can still call the people you care about if it's a real emergency, but no one's glued to their phone.
Yeah.
No one's scrolling social media. No one's trying to take an Instagram picture. Everyone's just at the crappy party, enjoying the crappy party. Like, if you go to Dubai and you look around the bar, half the people aren't having fun. They're just purely trying to get Insta stories to look like they're having fun. So it's pure like, ha, 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 ha. Okay, so I think that a lot of people now are doing things not because they enjoy them, because other people will think they're having fun, and it's more about creating envy as opposed to actually enjoying yourself. If you go on a really fun night out, you don't take your phone out. So when I see someone who went on a night out and took 20 stories dancing and laughing and having a great time, I know they're bored.
Yeah, they're not in the moment.
Do you know what I mean? Because if you really have a great night out, you don't take any stories and you forget to check your phone. Social media has completely and utterly changed the world. It's changed the way that we function, it's changed the way that we go out, it's changed even the places we go. Social media now runs the world.
See you nodding your head.
Society, and people are looking for attention because attention is a currency, and you can turn attention into money.
Nah, that's real shit though.
Paul is not rich because he's a boxer. He's rich because he used the attention he gets and monetized it via boxing. So in the attention economy we now live in, you have to understand that your attention is valuable, especially as a man. And women are out here today trying to extract your attention from you without returning anything. That's what the male-female friendship is. In the old days, man would give attention in return for sex. But nowadays, men just give attention and don't get any sex back. And that's what you have to be very, very careful of. Your attention is extremely valuable. So for all the men out there, if you're following a woman and you have zero chance of fucking her and she ain't replying to your DMs, stop following her. Like, when's the last time you truly
I personally live in the moment a lot.
No, but that's a good thing, right? That's a beautiful thing. And that's actually an asset. Like, my brother is very similar to that. But the problem is, if you live very, very much in the moment and you're not on your phone, I feel like, and I can only talk from the masculine perspective, you're not competitive. Because as a man, you need to be doing things, talking to people, making money, moving things, so you have to be on your phone all the time.
Really like how you just delivered what you said, but I just find it crazy how we've just sat and said about people need to live in the moment and that, but then like you've sold courses trying to explain to people how to be like that. It's just aspire for this.
I understand what you mean, but unfortunately, and it's an unfortunate reality of the world, is that it's player versus player. Like if you go to a video game, if you play Call of Duty, right? There's 20 people in there, and we're all trying to kill each other. And the world is very, very similar financially. I'm not saying we should be out here killing each other, but I'm trying to explain that there's a certain amount of resource and everyone's trying to get it. And I understand your perspective, but your perspective is feminine, as it should be because you're a woman, right? But the masculine imperative and the masculine perspective is you have to understand that life is war. It's a war for the female you want. It's a competition. Every man's trying to get her. It's a war for the car you want. It's a war for the money you want. It's a war for the status. It's a war. Masculine life is war. If you're a man who doesn't view life as war, you're going to lose. So as a man, you have to wake up and think, okay, everything I want, other men want. I have to outcompete every other man to get it. So how am I going to do that? Am I going to do that by living in the moment, ignoring my phone, having a fun picnic?
Do you believe in men's mental health? You are kind of like the problem in society in a sense of
Thank you.
Fast car, women, lifestyle. No, but it is. This is the problem.
It's not my problem.
I'm not saying it's your problem directly, but I'm saying this is the problem. Yes, all men probably want to aspire for that, but do you see the pressure there is on men?
Completely. It is much harder to be a man than be a woman.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on men's mental health?
I agree. It's much harder to be a man than be a woman, which is basically what you just said. Society's expectations of men is much higher than the societal expectations of females. I agree. Much more is expected of us. I agree. It's a harder game. Just like every other video game on Earth. It's a harder game, but if you complete it, you get a higher score. I think that being a top-tier male is the best human experience that any human can have. I think that being a female would not compare in any way to being a top-level man. No, reason why. There's experiences, right? Like women, we can literally carry lives inside of us. I agree with you, and I'm actually glad you chose that experience because that's the most important thing a female can do, and I agree with you, and I understand it's a beautiful thing because there's no society and there's no world without life. I agree with you. However, I think that as a man, you can build an empire. There's conquest as a man, and I think as a female, it's not quite the same. And I'm not saying this in any kind of way that disrespects females. I don't want people to look at this and think I'm disrespecting females. I'm not. I'm saying we have different roles. We do different things. And women give life. Women have a very, very important role, probably the most important role in society. Women are beautiful creatures that do something separate that men cannot do. I think a top-tier male is more unique than a beautiful woman. I think that you get to build an empire. I think that you get to be respected and feared in a way that women never are. I understand that that's a very, very unique human experience, right? Most men never ever get there. The reality of life for most men is absolutely depressing. I completely understand when you talk about mental health.
So have you suffered from mental health?
Fuck no.
No.
Absolutely not. Because I understood that as a man, you must build yourself. As a female, you can be born.
But did you not we need to stop going into philosophies and just stuff because I'm actually I want to understand you.
Okay.
Right. So have you not experienced mental health? No.
Zero.
Okay. So how do you cope with stress and situations? Express your emotions when you're frustrated and when you're stressed.
Good question. And if I'm stressed or I'm frustrated, then I understand it's my time to perform. And I agree that society puts huge pressure on men and it's time for men to perform. As a man, you either perform or you don't. There's no safety net like there is for females. Females can wake up and say, I don't feel like it.
Yeah, but there is for men.
No, there isn't.
But there is.
The men who say, I can't feel like it, cannot compete with the men who do not say that. And it is player versus player. The man who goes to the gym every single day, regardless of how he feels, will always beat the man who goes to the gym when he feels like going to the gym. And it's player versus player. And let me tell you something. As much as you want to sit here and disagree with me, it's women who decide who the winner is. You will choose the man who's in fantastic shape. You'll choose the man with all his money right.
I like a dad bod, personally.
Okay, well, that maybe you're an exception because you're an angel. But in general, we're talking in generalizations because exceptions do not disprove the rule. Females will choose the man who's in fantastic shape. Females will choose the man who's got his money right. Females will choose the man who can fix any problem. Females will choose the man when they can go to him and say, everything's can you fix this? And he says yes without panicking. That's who women want. Women decide who the winner is. Women don't want the man when you come to him with your problems and he goes, oh, I'm too stressed today. Tell me tomorrow. No. Women don't want that.
But women also don't want a dickhead.
But having a life doesn't make you a dickhead.
You can have all those things. Right. But then there's that fine line where your ego gets a bit too much. For example, like you could be very successful. You can have good-looking women that are attracted to you. You can just have all those qualities. Right. But then once you possess that, you then suddenly can go past that line, your ego, then you start to become an arsehole.
I agree with you, but I'm not talking about that. I think that's a separate conversation.
No, I'm just saying, no, I agree with everything. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, I agree with everything you're saying, but what I'm trying to argue is that men get successful, they become even more narcissistic, and they just are not nice people to be around.
You're very, very
That's
smart.
not true.
You are.
For a lot of
men. You're doing
men,
what most females do, and you're conflating issues. So when you conflate, what you do is you mix two issues together to try and prove your point.
No, I've just been asking you personal questions,
Correct.
And every time you give me a philosophy.
No, it's not a philosophy.
No, but I'm saying in general.
All right, y'all. We're going to stop it right here at 37:33, part 2. You feel me? It's been going good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's actually been going good, and I actually been enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? I get both of their points of what they, you know what I'm saying, trying to get across. I just felt like he's talking more of society and she's talking more of her being personal.
Yeah, she wants to talk about more like right now, like with him, and he's talking about more like in
how society is and how people are, because it is true.
Because at first I thought he was talking about himself.
Yeah.
Like about how it should be, and I was like, no.
Yeah, but he's saying that's how things are, and sadly it is. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like just what he said about a woman picking a person that's more successful with having this and having that and actually have something going for themselves, versus you having a boyfriend and you go to your boyfriend about a problem that you having, and you like, you know what I'm saying, your boyfriend like, oh well shit, I'm already going through, you know what I'm saying, and I'm crying, this is an everyday thing, and they going through, and they, you know what I'm saying, and not actually being there for their woman when they going through something, putting down their big boy drawers. That's a problem. A woman is not gonna want that. A real woman is not gonna want that. That's me personally. You know what I'm saying? That's what my thoughts is. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying, I'm entitled to.
I agree.
It's a woman is not about to sit there and be like, oh, well, I'm about to this boohoo, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he's sitting here crying about, you know what I'm saying, and I'm actually going through something too. If I'm going through something, you know what I'm saying, I'm going through something, she knows that I have to push myself. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm going through something and shit like that. She going through something and she comes to me about that, I gotta put all my problems aside. That's just how I am as a man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm there, you know what I'm saying, for her type shit. So I feel like I can see exactly what he's saying, but I feel like her as a person, either she's that top woman that just feels that way and she's just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying, she's just making all this up because he tearing her ass apart. Yeah. That's just, you know what I'm saying? So it's either or. But it's you know what I'm saying? I like this video a lot. Make sure y'all stay tuned for part 3. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and catch you.